Hey, this is Cody. Welcome to the channel. Today I have a fun video for you guys where we will be opening 2 cases, 8 boxes, of Flesh and Blood's newest set, Uprising. Okay, let's jump right in and get to the first case. So I just got this from a very good player who... need to open this a little bit more here. Who hooked me up with both these cases. I'm a little bit on the newer side of the game. Ooh, nice. 4 boxes. Should I leave these on the side? Does it matter? I don't think it matters. We'll put 3 of these up to the side and open this one first. I am a little bit newer to the game, so I don't have a huge collection. And he sold a Commons and Rares playset of all of the 6 previous sets. Everything except for this one. So I snagged that to be able to build pretty much anything that I want to in the future. Because I kept having to ask people for these random commons and rares. So hey, can you bring me this? Can you bring me that? I was always building something new every season, it felt like. Gonna throw these in there. Uprising. Just gonna pull all the foils to the side. I assume you guys don't care too much about the common foils. Put those off to the side. First mythic there. And so once that happened, I kind of got a bit of a collection addiction. And instead of ordering 1 case like I originally planned, I ordered 2. Figured I'd get all the commons and rares that way, and pull some of the legendary equipment that I was looking for, like Crown of Providence, maybe pull some Marble Dragons. Just start building a collection, really. Just earlier today, it's been a busy day for me. Just earlier today was an RTN, Road to Nationals. And I did not do as well as I hoped. So hopefully this box performs better than my RTN results. Sorry if I'm going a little bit fast on these packs. I have way too many to go through. So we will be, that's nice, foil respite. So we will be going fairly quickly. Just grabbing the foils, mythics or higher, and cold foils. Foil rise up. Just grab it in the trash bag. I went 3 and 3. I was playing the Belittle Viserai version, and I know, I should have switched over to the non-Belittle version. I had started practicing the Belittle version of Viserai, and by the time I was told that it was not the better version, it was too late. It was within a week of the RTN, and I didn't feel like switching over since I was a bit familiar and comfortable with the Belittle version. So I went with that. It performed well. My 6 games. First game was against a Prism, a very good Prism player. Oh, that is a cold foil, Crown of Providence. Sorry if this does not zoom in very well. That is not just, that is a cold foil. You saw it in the slot of the pack too. Oh, I have some sleeves. Where'd they go? That is the best pull of the set as far as I'm aware. This is the money card. Huge. And that was in the first box, not even halfway through the first box. We already pulled the money card of the case. That is lovely. Whew. What's funny is I was hoping, I had the RTN today, and I did not have a Crown of Providence yet. So I was actually hoping to pull one of them for the RTN today. And the case is coming in after the RTN, unfortunately, so I would have played this if I had opened this case before. I'll be right back. There's going to be a short cut, but my dog has to go outside. Alright, we are back. Sorry, my dog tends to ask to go to the bathroom at the worst times. But whew, this crown is gorgeous. I actually think there is one Iron Money card of this set, which is the Cold Foil Fabled. But the last time I saw this crown was going for, at the time of this recording, something like, what was it? Like $250, and it probably has dropped since then, but it was a pricey card. One of the Marvel, or the Mythic Dragons. I know these, the marbles of these Mythic Dragons are very pricey as well. Ooh, that is a foil Mythic right there. Channel of the Bleak Expanse. Very pretty card. Hopefully I get some fun foils out of this one. I might be building an Icelander depending on what I pull. Now that I'm done with the RTN. Oh, I was going over the games, that's right. Oh, another Mythic. Oh, a Marvel Dragon. Invoke Chromai. That is very pretty. It is not one of the Mythic ones, I believe. Maybe wrong. It's actually, it doesn't say whether it's a Mythic Marvel, it just says it's a Marvel. But that is gorgeous. I love, love, love the look of these dragons. If they weren't so pricey, which actually most of them aren't, but if they weren't so pricey, I'd probably build Dromai, just for the looks of the cards. Not sure why that's there. Yeah, so my RTN today went 3-3. My first run was against a very good Prism player. He's on one of the top teams here in Denver. And I believe I got a bit high rolled. There may have been some more efficient or more damaging ways, so some way for me to play better, because I ended up losing and he was on 2 health. So there might have been a way for me to be a bit more efficient or something. But he ended up playing Herald of Erudition, which, if you don't recall what that is, it is a Phantasm card. Sorry, I'm talking very slow while I'm opening these packs. It is a Phantasm card. It's 5 power, dominate, on hit, put it into your soul, and draw 2 cards. So I blocked with 1 card from hand and my Arcanite Skullcap that was not activated at the time, plus my arms, the Grasp of the Arcanite. Another Mythic there. To full block it. And then I got pummeled. And when I asked him after the game, he said, yeah, you're just supposed to block it. If you get pummeled, you get pummeled. There's not too much you can do about it. So I think I just got a bit high rolled on that one, but there may have been some ways for me to improve in the earlier game, just maybe inefficiencies. My second game was against a Levia player. It was actually someone from the same team. That is a good Mythic, by the way. The Fog Down. Someone on the same team, and they were on Levia. And unfortunately, it's not a great matchup for Levia into Viz. So I beat him. It wasn't too difficult for me to win that matchup. The next game was against a Viserai player, and they were on the non-belittle version. And I got them to 1 health before dying. So it wasn't, it was a very close game. I don't recall exactly where I may have played better. It might have been that I played perfectly, but unlikely so. Alright, and that is this box. So this first Uprising box gave us a Marble Dragon, a Cold Foil Crown of Providence, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can't count, 7 Mythics, one of them being an RF Mythic. Nice. I will put all of these into the side here. And open another box. Okay. It was unfortunate that that Viserai mirror though, because my opponent, I put them down to 1 health, And earlier in the game, I had played Gorganian Tome, which I believe is phenomenal in Viserai, by the way. I'm surprised it's not in every list. Someone's going to comment here, you shouldn't be playing Gorg Tome for X and Y reason. Don't get me wrong, there's probably reasons not to play it, but I think it's a great card. It's just a free trigger for your... We'll start a new pile here for the second box. It's a great trigger so that you start getting the rune chance on your rune blade cards, and it's free. The only downside being, in my eyes, is that if your opponent is running Gorganian Tome, they get to draw 2 cards instead of your 1 if they play it after you, and that's what happened in the Viserai mirror. My opponent played Gorganian Tome, drawing 2 cards into Revel and Runeblood after they played an attack, of course, and they were able to kill me with Rune Chance when I had no AB. So it's very sad because I was killing them on the next swing with just a single blue, because then I could grasp into an attack, and they had no AB either. And they were at 1 HP. So if they had anything but Revel or Gorganian Tome, then I would have won that game. So they high rolled me at the end, but I'm not going to complain about high roll because there's almost always something you can do better in any kind of card game. Another Mythic here, another Channel of the Bleak, but this one is not foil. Then my fourth game was against one of my friends, one of the locals here. That is a Cold Foil Spellfire Cloak. That is actually really cool. That is very cool looking. And that's not one of the usual Cold Foil equipments where it's just the quelling, where it's like, I don't know, they go for like $1. This one's actually a fairly useful equipment from the set. Nice. And my friend was on Kano. And unfortunately that matchup is just not ideal for Kano. I get to run 3 AB. I have plenty of blues in the deck, especially the belittled version. And I just typically Viz will win the race. Then I played against a Reinar, who sighed the moment that I showed him the Viserai card, because again, it's not a very good matchup for them. And I won that one without too much difficulty. And then finally, another Viz mirror, except they were on the belittled version as well. And I lost that one at the very end. I drew 2 full red hands. I was actually able to do some pretty cool stuff with the first red hand. I pushed, it was Mauvern Skies, sorry, Mordred Tide into, what's the 0 cost one? The staple for Viserai. The 0 cost, depending on how many auras you made, it gets +1, go again, yada yada. I did 2 of those into pitching another red into Rosetta Swing. So I dealt some pretty good damage despite having a full red hand, and my Aether Ironweave was no longer available at the time. I'd used it previously in the game. But then I drew an all red hand again, and my opponent attacked for lethal with Rune Chance. But I figured out that had I blocked with my equipment just a little bit earlier in the game, I ended up dying with, what was it, 3 block on my equipment left. And they hit me for exact lethal with Rune Chance, which I couldn't block. So if I had just used my equipment a little bit earlier to get more value out of them, then I very likely would have won that game. That is a foil Frightmare. So I learned some things. I learned to, in the matchup, to know, usually I wait till near the end to block with my equipment, but in that matchup, I definitely should have prioritized blocking earlier, considering the way I was losing. I should have realized the way I was losing was through arcane damage, considering the lack of AB. Yeah, that was the 3 and 3. Oh, that's a common. Those were the 6 games I played. Unfortunately, that did not net me any extra prizes. However, I did win a raffle. They were raffling out some extended art Heralds of shoot. Here, I'll grab it later, but I ended up getting a promo that they were handing out randomly. So paid $20 for the entry fee and got I believe it's like a $40 card. So overall, got back my money. But I wish I would have performed better. I'm learning still. Getting better and better as time goes on. Let's see, nothing in this box yet. We are about a little over 2/3 the way through. We have the one cold foil Spellfire Cloak, which isn't bad, but not exactly what I'm looking for. There's a foil Frost Hex. That is pretty nice. Not sure what these go for, but not exactly a cheap card. No more cold foils yet. We are down to 5 packs left. Really nice that they have been using paper packs instead of typical plastic. Yeah, that's the last RTNs in my area. Next up is Skirmishes. That's a foiled Tide Flippers. Oh, that's really cool. I don't know if it's very easy to tell from the camera, but the bubbles and the Tide Flippers art really pop with the foil. That's cool looking. I haven't looked for the cold foil slot yet. Nope. So next up is the Skirmishes, and I'll probably be playing some Rhinar. Combustion Player. I haven't seen that one yet. Target Draconic or Ninja attack action card gets +1. You may banish a non-equipment defending card. Wow. I don't remember seeing that attack reaction. Combustion Point. I love getting foils. Foiling out my deck is just so much fun. Playing with all those cards. Most of them aren't expensive either if you even want them. Just to buy them separately. Or they're like 10 cents each or so much or so odd. So that was a bit of an underwhelming box. We got one cold foil, which is a Spellfire Cloak, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mythics. Alright, on to box number 3. There we go. I believe after this one I'll have to consolidate these piles. I'm running out of mat space here. I'll probably be playing some Rhinar or possibly some Icelander, depending on what I get out of these 2 cases. Or some Chain. I was maining Chain before his ban, rest in peace. And so that's why I switched to Viserai. I had all the equipment ready. I was going to do Briar at first, but then I heard some good things about Viserai. These and some of the RTNs performing well. So I switched over to Viserai. Fairly similar in terms of playstyle, except you aren't playing for Chillamount Heroic. And those turns, you're just playing to essentially be efficient. Pushing a lot of damage with just a few cards. Oh! Another Marble Dragon. Invoke Oiva. That's unfortunate. There's a big line. It's probably hard to tell on the camera, but there is a pretty big printing line on the left side of this dragon, which I haven't seen, thankfully, in my other cold foils. That's a bit sad to see. Put this on a sleeve. So that is the second Marble Dragon out of the case, which is about on average. You typically get 2 Marble Dragons per case, from what I've heard. And about 1 legendary per case as well. But obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, as many know, they changed the pull rate of legendaries to be guaranteed 1 per case to simply being typically 1 per case. So you're no longer guaranteed a legendary every case. I assume that was to go in line with the introduction of these marbles. But it's a little sad to see, sad to hear. Alright. One of the locals is building a playset collection of the marble dragons. I'll have to remind myself which ones he's looking for, because I promised them to him. It's actually the same person that sold me these cases was looking for them. He's a very big collector. Let's say cold foil quelling robe. These don't go for too much. It's about $1. So that is two cold foils, technically, because the marble is a cold foil in this box. Can't complain about that. I think this has already been, ooh, Double Strike is a very good mythic. I think this has already been the most packs I've opened in one sitting before. I need to move some of these commons over. I'll be having a ton of fun sorting all of these commons later, and that is a joke. I will not be having a ton of fun. But it is a necessary thing to do. Get these play sets of commons and rares going. Put all the extra bulk in a box for any friends or teammates that may need them. Rewind. It would be really cool to get the foil rewind. That's the misprint, the backwards / upside down one. Ooh, look at that. Second legendary of the case, Tiger Stripes Shukos, and that is not a bad one at that. It is an RF one, as we got it from the middle of the pack. But that's definitely not one of the bad legendaries. I believe the least desirable legendaries, I think it's just 2 of them, is, let's make some space here. The Ice Helmet, Cornet's Peak I believe is what it's called, as well as what they call PJs, the Wizard chest piece. I think those go for roughly the $60 range. I think this one's in the 80 and 90 at this time. It's not a bad legendary. This is a pretty good case. Cold foil Crown of Providence and an RF Tiger Stripe Shuko plus 2 marble dragons. I don't believe they're the mythic ones. But this case has definitely been profitable. I've been really enjoying this game. I started playing roughly 6 to 8 months ago. I was playing primarily Legends of Runeterra, which is an online digital card game, which I very much enjoy, but having the in-person aspect of a physical card game just can't be beat. And that's one thing that's missing from a lot of the digital card games like Hearthstone, Runeterra, and whatnot, is that it's very lonely, you know? You're playing by yourself in front of an opponent who all they can do is spam emotes or small phrases at you. You don't really get to talk to them. You don't really get to discuss anything. That's one of my favorite things to do in this game right now, especially when I'm playing competitively, is to ask my opponent, typically whether I win or lose, What do you think I could have done better that game? Because if you learn something from a loss, then it's not really a loss. Another Frost Hex. Looks like we might be getting enough Icelander cards to build her. And this is a Rainbow Foil Spellpower Cloak, unlike the Cold Foil one. Sorry if there's some noises in the background, my dog is chewing on a bone. Wow, that is nice. If you can't tell, that is a foil Erase Face. That is the money mythic in the set right there. I pulled one in one of my previous packs, so I was only able to run one in the RTN today. So having this would have been nice, because Erase Face is very good, especially in the Viserai matchup. It shuts down the Mauvern Skies, so they have to use their creepers. They really want to go wide on you. So that's a very good pull. All right, we still have one box in this case. This I've already made my money back on 3 of the 4 boxes, and I still have another box to go. So we're gonna consolidate some of these into a single pile. This is gonna look pretty terrible. So I'll put all these cold foils together, since they're technically cold foils. The regular legendary there. Now let's just stack these mythics. Believe the Erase Face foil right now is going for about $40, so pretty expensive for a mythic. Although surprisingly still not as expensive as CNC. When it's arguably better in many cases. Fairly meta dependent though, so it makes sense. Since we have the space, we'll keep this on. Nah, I'm not going to change it up on you guys. Let's just move these over. Put this back over here. Yeah, this is amazing. This is a very good case. I don't want to mislead anybody with my pulls here. This is not average. Keep in mind that you will typically lose money buying pack. Wow. That is good. This is an extended art Phoenix form. I have honestly no idea how much that goes for, but I know it's very good. And a very desired card. That is gorgeous. It's the first mythic of this box, and it's a very good mythic at that. Pack open very weird. But as I was saying, do not expect the same results with your cases / boxes. This is above average. You typically will not make your money back. That's a pretty good mythic. You will typically not make your money back when buying packs. If you want to be the most efficient, always buy singles. But if you want maybe a bit of fun, or you want the bulk that comes along with it, then buying boxes is not a terrible way to go. Another Erase Face, very good pull. I believe this is the non-foil, and I believe that goes for about $20 to $25 this time. Oh, I have a whole playset now that I could have brought to the RTN if I had these just a little bit earlier. Hypothermia. Keep in mind, we have an entire other case to go after this one. So plenty more good stuff coming. Hopefully I'm not doing anything dumb. This is my first recorded, at least, box opening, case opening, everything really. Hopefully I'm not making any big blunders or anything. I know the some of the pre-release before the set was out openings did not go so well. Poor guy had to, well, he didn't have to make an apology video, but he ended up making an apology video on it because it was, in case you don't know, before the set came out, Legend Story Studios gave some product to some content creators before the release date. And some of these content creators were not familiar with the game. So one guy that they gave the box to pre-recorded his opening, but it came out as a live stream. It was released as a live stream, as if it was live. However, it was not live. And people kept asking because he opened a valuable card. I cannot recall what it was this time, but he opened a valuable card, and I believe it was I believe it was one of these marble dragons. He opened it like this, and people were asking him to flip it over because that was the huge thing at the time, was this full art side of these dragons. And people kept asking in the comments, flip it over, can you please flip it over so we can see it? And it was pre-recorded, so he couldn't read their comments to flip it over, and therefore never did. And a lot of people got pretty upset with that. My friend was looking for this card, so it's nice to pull. A lot of people were pretty upset with that, and the guy ended up making an apology video about it. But it was really kind of unnecessary. It wasn't a big deal. Obviously, it would have been nice for someone who knew what was coming to open the set, but LSS has to do what's best for the game, and what's best for the game is getting new players, and new players come from these popular content creators. That is an RF Liquify, which is a pretty nice pull. That is very cool looking too. Sorry, I'm trying to make it so that at some point in this little rotation, the shine hits the camera, but I wonder if I can actually see it. No. I'm not sure if I'm doing a good job. So sorry if I'm not actually showing off the foiling very well. That foil's pretty good looking, even though it's just a common. Another combustion point. Let's consolidate these a little bit up. They're reaching a little far down. So we got some money cards, but no cold foil. Oh, as I say it, there's the cold foil. Conduit of Frostburn. That is one of the common equipments. I don't believe that is a very useful one, but it is very cool looking. The hand is very frosty in this cold foil. Nice. Alright, we're down to the last handful of packs in this box. This is the last box of the first case, and we have an entire second case to go. So once I'm done with this one, I will sum up what we've gotten and move on to the next one. Alright, just a couple more packs left. Actually, 3 more packs left, including this one. One thing I like about these paper packs too is they're much easier to open. I have so much trouble with the plastic packs. Especially if they have, I know some of the older ones have a little tear up here, and I would tear it, and it would just tear the corner off, so it really wasn't useful at all. And anytime I tried to open it up any differently, I felt like I was bending the cards. Another Phoenix form, except that one is not extended art. Wow. That is gorgeous. That is a cold foil frost hex. And I'm so sorry if you cannot appreciate it from your side, but that. So unfortunately my camera will only record 30 minutes of footage at a time, and I didn't realize it had shut off right after that cold foil frost hex. There were only a couple packs left and nothing interesting was pulled, so you guys didn't miss anything. However, I did forget to turn the mic on after I restarted the camera, so there's a bit of footage without any audio. I sped up the boring parts, slowed down the good pulls, and I will put some royalty-free music in the background so that you have some interesting stuff to watch until I turn the microphone back on. Enjoy. So, I just realized that my microphone has been off for this entire video. That is unfortunate. This is not the greatest production quality. I apologize. So, since I guess I'll recap. We pulled a very nice legendary in the first box. This Tomotai is a very high value pull. This is a Marvel Mythic Dragon. I guess I should reverse that. A Mythic Marvel Dragon. This is worth, last time I checked, in the $100 to $150 range. So this is currently the best pull of this case, the second case. We also pulled another cold foil Frost Hex, which is gorgeous, and we will hopefully pull a third one for our Icelander. Otherwise, we'll have to pick a third one up. Another Race Face is great. Take the Tempo is a foil Take the Tempo, and a foil Thaw over here. But the rest of it is as you see it. I'm going to be speaking a little bit quietly. Ironically, I mentioned this before that I was going to be quiet, but I didn't mean as quiet as I actually was, considering you guys couldn't hear me at all. But my girlfriend is currently asleep, and I'm going to try to be a bit quiet so she can stay asleep and not be woken up by me, or kept up by me. We have 2 packs left in this box. As I was saying before, when I was muted, I feel like we are very ahead on this case so far. This is box number 2. This is the last pack of box number 2. And we have already gotten a good portion of the value of the case in these first 2 boxes. Now, it is very possible that these next 2 boxes have fairly low rates of good cards, considering we already pulled a Marvel Dragon and we already pulled a Legendary Equipment. So the odds of us getting another Legendary Equipment are on the lower end, although, of course, odds of pulling cards are independent of each other, but you always have to keep in mind the average of 1 per box is typically true. So that's the second box. We are going to consolidate these so that we can make space for the next box. I'm going to keep the cool looking cards, as you could say, up here. I'm going to move the Mythics over here, and we'll make a new pile with this next box in this little area. So we have 2 more boxes left. As I was saying when I was muted, if you're still here, feel free to drop a like, which would really help me out. And if you like this type of content, subscribe. I plan to open roughly 2 cases for each new set that comes out. I think that is a good investment for me, considering I like to play a lot of the different decks in this game, and having all the bulk will help me to not have to ask for it from my friends or other players around here. So I will be doing 2 cases per new set, so if you like this type of content, subscribe and you will see more of it. Additionally, please leave a comment on anything I can improve. That's actually how I caught the mic. I was mentioning, let me know if the mic quality is great, and then I realized I should check the mic, and sure enough, it was muted. Our first Mythic of this box, a little deep in. Wow, this is nice. It's a double Mythic pack, with this one being a foil, which is how we pulled the second Mythic. A foil Uprising. I'm not sure that this card is particularly desired in Fidex. But it's a nice looking card regardless. I will be moving quickly, considering we have a lot of the box of the stuff remaining, and we've already opened the case. Was that? Oh, it is. I didn't catch it at first. I had to do a couple checks there. It is a cold foil. Funnily enough, this is worth hardly anything considering this is one of the promos during the I guess I should put it on this side. One of the promos during the pre-release of this set. So very common card for everyone to have. Cold foil doesn't really make it any better considering it's not a great card to begin with. Speaking of, I don't know of any deck that really wants to run Helios Mitre or anything else. Another That All You Got, not a bad one. About a $5 card. I was talking with one of the players at the RTN today, Road to Nationals, and we were talking about how this defense reaction, That All You Got, is a very good card and will likely become more popular over time because against many decks it simply provides 2 health with no downside. There are some decks that would prefer not to run it though. Things like Oldhim, where they want to be really efficient and they want to block in certain ways that this would not be as efficient. But even aggro decks will likely make use of this defense reaction. Okay. We are about 3/4 of the way through this box with no phenomenal pulls yet. Hopefully we get something juicy soon, or else this will be a pretty low value box. Nothing yet. We have a couple packs. So we got 4 packs left. That's plenty to find something good. Alright, let's see another cold foil crown. That'd be really nice. Ooh, that is an extended art in flame. Gorgeous card. I believe it's in the $5 to $10 range, so nothing too crazy, but I will not complain. Do some slight cleanup here. Last pack of the box. Let's see. Hopefully something good. Ooh, we did get something good. Look at that. Last pack of the box, saving the day. I want to say this is one of the mythic dragons. Let me double check that. Because if so, that is a phenomenal pull. We're going to have to stop this video soon, so it'll be a short cut before the next box. My camera, as I was explaining during the time I was muted, the camera goes to, it only records for 30 minutes. Oh, wrong one. So this was Surakai, the Marvel one. That is going for, okay, so it's one of the rares. It's going for about 25 bucks right now. So it was not as great as I thought, but that is fine. It is still a gorgeous card. This is the second dragon of the set, which is on average. So we'll see what our next box provides, and we'll have a short cut. Okay, so to sum up the last box that we just opened, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mythics, 1 marble dragon, and 1 cold foil common equipment. Not the greatest. Not the greatest in terms of our boxes. This is probably one of our weakest boxes of the set. We got probably about $50 worth of cards, roughly, and that's probably on the higher end. So definitely a below average box, but it's fine. The rest of the case and the previous case has been keeping up. So we'll put these over here, put the marbles, or the mythics, in the mythic pile, and we will move on to this next box. This is the last box of the second case, which is our last case. This box will determine whether or not the second case was a positive return on investment. We currently have, what is this, about $250 worth of cards probably. It's a very rough estimate, by the way. So to make a profit, quote unquote, on this case, we'll probably need to pull another legendary or another marble dragon or so. This box would have to be above average. Move some of the commons up over there. Ooh, look at that. We did get another marble dragon. This is just one of the rares, so there's nothing too fancy. In fact, I already pulled one of these. And I've already traded away. So this one goes for about, I think, the $20 to $30 range. We'll actually put that over here in this box pile. So we did get an above average number of dragons, with one of them being the very high value dragon. So like I said, a legendary would be very much appreciated in this box. But of course, not hitting a legendary would be expected in this box, considering we've already hit a legendary in this case. I will have to double check my token slots later, because I almost missed the cold foiling on this Helios Mitre. So it's possible that I've missed a cold foil, and some of you guys may be screaming through your screens saying, you missed one, you missed one. But it's a bit hard to tell, especially when it's just, you know, the little bit around the edges, and just like in this one, it's just the crown, nothing else. So it's a bit hard to tell. What would be really cool to pull is one of the cold foil ashes or the extended art Phoenix Flames. And of course the Phoenix Flames go for a good amount of money, but the ashes just look very cool and are a bit fun. We're approaching the halfway point of this box. We have pulled a marble dragon in it, but nothing else crazy. This may be another below average box. It's nice to pull another foil sift there. That's fun. I run those in my Viserai classic constructed deck. Oh, that looked like a foil at first. What's funny is I only had one blue sift before today. So instead of running a second blue sift, I ran a Whisper of the Oracle, which all I was really there for was a 3 block that was also blue, so it didn't make a big difference. But I did play the Whisper sometimes, which could have been a sift, but the opt actually wasn't bad. I do not. The opt was not a terrible thing. I definitely used it. Not too many mythics in this box. Oh, actually, I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, another mythic there. If you haven't seen the extended art of Brothers in Arms, this is not one of them. If you haven't seen those, they are very good looking. And Oldham loves that card. Another double strike. It's a good mythic. That is a foil Insidious Shell. Wow. Look at that. That is a cold foil Blood of the Drakai. That is a phenomenal pull. That is crazy good. This is, if I'm not mistaken, the most expensive card in the set. This is the card to pull. That is awesome. Whew. Beautiful. Beautiful. And with this pull, we have made a profit on this case as well, making both cases profitable. That is amazing. Now again, as a disclaimer, I have gotten extremely lucky with these cases. Please do not go buy cases expecting the same results. This is extraordinary. That is phenomenal. I could not ask for better cases. Now I'm kind of sad that I had the audio issue, because this would have been a very good video without it. I cannot believe my luck on these cases. Ooh, a Vipox. That is the first Vipox I've pulled. It's been a bit of an elusive one, huh? That was also a very good mythic. Okay, and that was the last pack. So with that, that is the end of the case, end of the second case. For this box, we pulled 2 cold foils, one being a Marble Dragon, one being the cold foil Blood of the Drakai. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mythics, with one of them being a foil. But even despite the low number of mythics, the Blood of the Drakai definitely brought us back in terms of the value of that box and the value of the case. So let's do a review of this case. They pull out the higher value. I don't really know what that one goes for. It might be one of the higher value. But I'll pull up the higher value and the foil mythics. Put them out here. I think Thaw does go for a little bit, but it's nothing crazy. There's a foil Thaw. I should put that in a sleeve. So this is our haul from the second case. 1 legendary, 3 dragons, with one of them being a mythic dragon, a cold foil Frostex, a cold foil Blood of the Drakai, 2 cold foil commons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 mythics for this case, with a handful of them being high value, with a extended art inflame, a few foil mythics, and an erase face. This is also a foil mythic. I should probably put this in a sleeve. So overall, I believe, let me actually look up what the Blood of the Jukai is going for at this point in time, because I want to get a good value of this case. So the cold foil, the regular foil is going for about 105 at the moment. Wow, and the cold foil is currently going for $315. This cold foil is paying for the case alone, and the rest of this is on top. This Tomotai, let's look it up to make sure. This Tomotai goes for $135. Tiger Stripe Shuko is going for about $80. These are about $25 each, about $20, and then there's some $20 here. So a very profitable second case. Wow, this is gorgeous. I'm gonna put all the stuff I pulled for tonight together, and we'll go over it all as a piece. So here are the pulls from the two cases you guys just watched me open, and this is phenomenal. We have a cold foil Crown of Providence, a cold foil Blood of the Jukai, 2 rainbow foil Tiger Stripes, 5 marble dragons, one of them being a Tomotai, which goes for about $130 at the time of this video. We have 2 cold foil Frost Hex, a playset of erase faces, with one of them being a foil, extended art Phoenix form, extended art Inflame. All these mythics, including these, total up to 63 mythics, and 5 cold foil common equipments. These were the very best cases I could ask for. I could not ask for better. Obviously I could get better, but I couldn't ask for better. This was a lovely experience. I will again tell you guys, do not expect these results. I got extremely lucky with my pulls here. Do not expect the same results. Don't go buying cases trying to pull the same as I did. You will typically pull less than the value of the case. If you really want cards, buy singles. This only opened cases for fun. But I'm extremely happy with the pulls this case, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like. I will be opening 2 cases every set from now on, especially after this extraordinary experience. So if you would like to see more of that, subscribe and leave comments on how I could do better. If you would like me to talk about different things, if you'd like me to show things a little better, maybe some of these things weren't shown to the camera well enough, I will try to upgrade my setup in any way I can, but just let me know anything in the comments. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and have a great time. Thanks.